Good day, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rogue Wisdom of the Week. And I'm Chaplain Brown, your host, and today we are representing Women's History Month. And I just want to put a shout out to all our ladies and our women out there who have made so many strides into our society today, improving it, making it better, and bringing awareness and understanding. And you don't always get the credit for it. And many women in history today didn't get the credit for all the things that they have done. So today, I just want to recognize Women's History Month in general. And before I even get to the quote of the day, I want to just give you a few facts from history.com on the timeline of the success of women over time. Now, here's what's going to blow your mind. This started before the birth even of our country. So going back to March 31st, 1776. Again, from history.com, I'm going to read this verbatim. In a letter to her husband, founding father John Adams, future First Lady Abigail Adams makes a plea to him in the Continental Congress to, quote, remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power in the hands of husbands. Remember, all men will be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion and will not hold ourselves bound by the laws in which we have voice or representation. So again, that's from founding father, the First Lady, Abigail Adams, before the country even became into existence. Now, here's another fact. January 23rd, 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell becomes the first woman to graduate medical school. So this is nearly, I would say, almost 100 years past the birth of our country, do we have the first woman to actually graduate medical school. And not only that, she graduated with the highest grades in her class. On May 29th, 1851, a formerly enslaved woman, Sojourner Truth, which you all know as like an American hero in today's time, she delivered her famous speech, Ain't I a Woman, in Ohio. So amazing stuff. And there's so much history just in general that it's hard to even mention all of it ever, to be honest with you, because there's so much that has gone on women that have been recognized for what they contributed. And there are so many women who have made contributions that we don't even know about, that we don't even read about just in general on a regular basis. So I know I gave you just a tiny bit of American history when it comes to women in general and the strides that women have made in our society. And there are many success stories, many things that have contributed to our society that are not recognized, as mentioned earlier. But if we go back to a biblical context for those who are Christian or Catholic faith, it reads in Genesis 5:2, he created them male and female and blessed them. And he named them mankind when they were created, meaning that God created male and female and named them mankind. And to me, from theological context and studies, that means that he created men and women equally. So if you want to bring faith, tradition, and so forth into it, we can even see from that context. And I'm sure in other faith books that I've read and holy books, that is almost the same case in those many faith books. Maybe some differences and customs and traditions and so on. So from the very beginning of time, men and women were created equally. Now, have we really been acting and going about things as if men and women were created equally? Here is the quote of the day, the rogue wisdom of the day. And this is coming from Gloria Steinem. And it quotes, the first problem for all of us, men and women, is not to learn, but to unlearn. So there are a lot of things that we have to unlearn just in general. And this applies to every category of life, from just being a human being, to being a parent, to being a leader, to being whatever it is, a friend, whatever. There are so many things that we do that we don't know. It's like a trial and error type of thing. We found out we were doing this in a healthy way, and it turns out it wasn't so healthy. And we see all the societal trends as it goes up and down, back and forth, that one thing was healthy to do and so forth like that, now we realize it's unhealthy. So we have to unlearn those things and adapt and adjust to the actual healthy way of doing things. So I just wanted to point that out. Sometimes we have to unlearn some things, even in your career, in that context. I remember as an NCO, there was a lot of things that I did wrong. And now I realize it, and I had to adjust and adapt and say, all right, now it's time to go about it different and to learn new ways after I unlearn those unhealthy ways, those not so great ways. And there's other words to describe that. So with that, that is the Rogue Wisdom of the Week. I hope you enjoyed St. Patrick's Day weekend, and I hope to see you soon this week. This is Rogue Shepherd signing off.